Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-November right through to mid-December 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, beautiful Virgo, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. Also, you may notice that I'm in a different environment. I've just gone to visit family members for a couple of days, but I'll be back in my usual space after that. It's a beautiful space here, of course, but I am literally next to a main road at this moment in time, so you may have already noticed a lot of traffic zooming on by. I hope it does not impede on your reading. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it can be a little bit loud, shakes the building, but I just thought I'd mention it in case you're wondering, what is that in the background, okay? So let us get straight to your reading and let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to be aware of regarding their love life at this present moment in time? Can you please show them the way? So we have the Death card. So a lot of you feel like your love life is over right now. There's a lot of changes that you're navigating. You may feel that you are ready for a new beginning, but you can't see how there's going to be any improvements. I feel a lot of you may have lain dormant. You may have looked at the dating scene and felt that there's a lack or a deficiency of anyone vibing at the same frequency as you. So you may have, put an end to the dating world for a while, removed yourself there, gone off under the grid or off radar for a little bit because you have been making some changes in your own life. But the end of a cycle is upon you. So as one door closes, another opens. A new chapter is about to rebirth for you. So you may feel suddenly a desire to put yourself in a position to integrate or be in new places, new spaces. A lot of you have been dedicating yourself to your higher calling, to your passions. And of course, there is a new beginning here with that Fool card as well. So I definitely see some exciting times ahead. You're going to be very curious about a new person entering into your life. But your first card there is the Death card. You've been navigating a lot of change in your life right now, and you may feel that your love life is somehow over at this moment in time, or you can't see how love is going to come on in here, but there is definitely, some sort of new beginning that is exciting, spontaneous, and of course, the Fool card can indicate someone new coming on in that has a lot of potential, who holds the key to your heart. And you are someone who is very reserved about who you allow into your heart. You're very discerning about the company that you keep. But whoever I'm picking up on right now, this card indicates that some of you may have had a very abrupt ending in a relationship. You may have gone through a separation or divorce for some of you, or a high-level commitment came to an end. And, you're trying to sever ties to the past, heal, overcome. But a lot of you, I feel this energy of it's been very challenging on the dating scene, to the point where a lot of you are exhausted, fed up, and it's like, what dating scene? There is no dating scene. It is over. So with that Death card energy, I feel that you have been in a transition period. A lot of you have been kind of, making progress in your life. You've been in an evolutionary period. You're in a transition, knowing more about yourself, releasing all that does not serve you. A lot of your friendships or environments have been changing. I just feel like you've been going through a lot right now and traversing those changes in order to come out the other side. But there's a sudden desire within you to be a little bit more curious about love. So I feel there is this spark returning in your soul. A lot of you have been reconnecting to a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. And I feel you have just launched yourself into your projects, your responsibilities, and into your passions, basically into your life purpose. And I feel that there is this energy for some of you coming through. No more second chances. Okay, so whether that is a person like an ex who wants another opportunity with you, or we're about to move into Mercury retrograde. When you have a Judgment card, this can be someone wants another opportunity to prove themselves. However, with this Fool card, I feel like you're not about it. I feel like you want new. There just feels, because this is in the resistance position, no more second chances. So if you have been in a high level commitment and it's been in and out, or it has not been reciprocal in the way that you hoped for, I feel like you are ending this now and you are moving on. You're leaving the past very much behind you. And you know, this is a higher calling card, so it indicates you have a whisper in your heart right now to do something bold and daring, different and new. So I feel like you're trying to leave the familiar or the comfort zone in order to embrace the spectacular, the excitement, the spontaneity. A lot of you may have been promising yourself to be a little bit more spontaneous, or you know, take more risks, calculated risks, of course. This is you stepping out of your comfort zone, just kind of seeing how it goes on the dating scene, but definitely open to new experiences, new places, new faces. And I definitely see here there's a lot of potential. There's something here that is very adventurous, very playful, that is beginning for you. This is your overarching energy, so this tells me that you are going to be in a new vibe. You're very young at heart. You're definitely someone who has a lot of fun. And, you know, I feel that this is you setting yourself free from something. It almost feels like you're coming up for air. So a lot of you may have had some very heavy energy or responsibilities going on, and you're just like, enough. I need to do something. I need to change. Something needs to change here. It needs to be different. So I feel like you're sourcing new ways of running your life, and it actually is going to put you in a position to meet someone new. I feel like actually you're having a lot of fun when you meet this new person. So let's get to the Celtic Cross to see what is going on there. Get a little bit more detail from the Celtic Cross regarding who you are about to meet. Wow, okay. Right now I'm hearing, it sounds like dance music. I'm not really au fait with genres, but it could be like techno, or it could be like, it's real like hardcore dance music right now. And I'm just hearing, be my lover. Wanna be my lover. Okay. I'm not really sure who sings that song, but interestingly enough, I'm also seeing an image in the water of someone. They're eating. I'm getting like a zoom of their mouth, and they're putting something in their mouth and eating. I'm just getting like, yeah, real close up of a mouth eating. So either this person is a foodie, or, I mean, some of you may be interested in catering or culinary skills, or perhaps, you know, you go to some sort of special dining experience, because there's an emphasis here on eating or food. So, I mean, this person could be a chef or someone who tastes food, or, you know, they are a caterer by trade. So maybe it's you. I'm not sure. I'm just hearing that song. So this could be a song that you hear before you meet this person. I mean, the lyrics that is going over and over again is like, be my lover. You want to be my lover. So I feel, okay, wow. I'm also now seeing binoculars. I'm just going to pull a card before I do the Celtic Cross. Is there someone who already has feelings for my beautiful Virgo? Is there a secret admirer? I just heard no, they just want to take a closer look. It's new. No, okay, yes. We got the Ace of Cups. It's new. Someone who is going to want to take a closer look at you. They're very romantically interested in you. We got the Ace of Cups there. Okay, my guide said use it as the Celtic Cross. Okay, so that's what I'm being given right now. So I will use it as the Celtic Cross. This is someone new coming on in. You have not met this person. It's divine timing. The song is relevant. You're going to hear this song, or perhaps if you're going dancing. Clubbing may not be your scene, but I'm just hearing this club music. I guess it's club music, dance music there. Listen out for that song. but I feel someone that you meet instantly, they want to take a closer look, and they have romantic interests at heart, okay? So we'll get to the rest of the Celtic Cross and see how you feel about this, because I'm getting vibes right now that you might be interested. Yes, you are. We got a Lover's card, so yeah, be my lover. I mean, you got the Lover's card. So I would say, yes, you're on course to meet someone who will become your lover, but it's long-term. It's like a long-term commitment here. I would say this is going to be your ride or die soulmate that's coming on in. We've got the World card, so you're closing out cycles right now. You're putting an end to anything from the past, processing, healing, getting closure. You're entering into a new cycle, and a new era is upon you, and there is love available for you, okay? So we've got the Strength card. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? We got the Five of Wands. Now, Five of Wands is an energy where people come together, okay? This could be in training. So, I mean, it could be that you're hitting the gym for some of you and that song comes out. Could also be that you're confronting an obstacle and, you know, you are pushing your way through an obstacle. This could be like exhaustion, that you're exhausted right now, you're fed up in the dating scene, and you're like, you know what, I'll give it one more push, I'll give it one more go. And I feel like there's a victory here. I feel that, yeah, okay, I'm being given as well, there's rivalry for your affection. So you're actually going to end up with someone new, but I actually do feel that perhaps there's someone who kind of, yeah, you let someone down, or there's someone who either let you down, they've still got feelings for you, and they're processing that. I feel like they're learning what life means to be without you, and there's a lot of regret there because you got the Five of Cups. So I feel a lot of you, if you've come from a relationship where it broke your heart, or you've been dealing with a lot of sadness there. Wow, that was a really loud one. I do apologize for that. I hope it's not too loud on the microphone. I mean, the microphone has a protective covering on it to help limit distraction and sound that is outside of the reading, but that's ridiculous. That truck sounded like super, super loud. So I hope it wasn't too much. But that Five of Cups in your circumstances outside of yourself, you can't see how new love is coming on in here for you. But I also feel, because you have the Lover's card, which is a choice card, I feel like you are either letting someone down, or you've walked away from someone because it's just not giving in the way that you hoped. You feel very disappointed by this, disenchanted almost with love. And you feel that love has equated pain or sadness, or there's a shortage. A lot of you feel there's a difficulty. Even if you have not been in a high level commitment, a lot of you may be like, you know what, love is over for me. It's never shown up for me, so I'm not really expecting it, but the universe is going to put you in a path to meet someone. So your love story, I mean, there's a tower right there. The tower is to launch you out of your comfort zone and to put you in the path of something new. The tower can be a shock, a surprise. It's not negative. Some people believe the tower is a negative card, but if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, I always reference that deck because visually it gives an indication of what the card means. Pictorial kind of reference where, you know, the tower is there and it's hit by a lightning bolt, which means higher frequencies. You know, an act of nature comes on in to change the situation suddenly. So there is a spontaneity here. And, you know, it hits the crown chakra, the crown on top of the tower, which means you know there needs to be change. So if you're stuck in a rut, you're sitting on the fence, or you've been going round and round circles in a certain pattern or cycle of repeat, sometimes the universe will send you a tower to nudge you off that fence or come out of your comfort zone. Two people leap out of that tower. Now one leaps forward and one leaps backwards. So that can basically indicate that if you do not put yourself out of your comfort zone, the universe will do it for you. So either you're going to take a leap of faith, or you're going to be pushed into doing it by the universe. So I feel, you know, a lot of you, if you have had a shock in a previous relationship and you're healing, getting closure, you know, you could be rebuilding, of course, but I feel the tower is like sudden for you. Like you're doing something spontaneous and suddenly you are meeting a person and it is love. Okay, so you've got a Page of Pentacles, someone who's worthy of your love coming on in here for you. Okay, so let's get to your first card. Four of Pentacles. Now Four of Pentacles is the safe zone. Okay, so it can be that, you are building a life of comfort, you have a structure, a routine, things that you like. You're also conserving yourself, waiting for the one. But there is an energy here of focusing on your home life, being a bit more of a homebody. I mean, a lot of you, life, it's really hard. It's challenging. You've navigated a lot of change, a lot of shifts, and you have felt more comfortable in your home space. Doesn't mean you're not getting out there and you're not busy, of course, but I feel at the end of the day, there's a routine of coming home. And of course, you're searching for someone who feels like home, that you can build a life of comfort with. But the Four of Pentacles always has a cautionary tale. It's like, sometimes we promise ourselves, tomorrow I'll make a change. Tomorrow I'll come out of my comfort zone. Tomorrow I'll book that thing. But tomorrow never comes. We're always promising ourselves. It's tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. So this card always says, life, don't let it pass you by. Get out there and live. Book things, involve yourself, integrate in some way. So I would say with this Four of Pentacles, this is you creating a foundation to allow healthy love to come on in. You've been focusing on your achievements, on your stability, on your personal power, and trying to create a foundation for yourself to feel like comfortable in your circumstances. But I feel it may have led to some sort of structure or routine that you got comfortable with. And I'm saying that because the Tower thrusts you out of routine, okay? So I feel also, if you're in a period of rebuilding, I feel like you have created this foundation to allow love in. But with that Four of Pentacles, some of you are feeling like things are stagnant, but things are about to take a turn for the better. The staircase is there in this card for you to elevate in your frequencies, but also to move towards being happy. The sun is at the top of that staircase, so symbolically it means you just want to be happy. You want to build a life with a person that you feel stable with, that you know that their love is sure, that it is faithful, kind, loving, thoughtful, romantic, passionate, all of the stuff, okay? And I really feel that you are in a position right now where you want that. You want that change. What's crossing you is you just haven't met that person yet. Divine timing is in order. The Ace of Cups indicates new love being thrust into your path, but you had to learn to love yourself first. The cup of love is always for the self first. So you're learning to romance your life, give back to yourself, really dissect your emotions so that you can offer yourself emotional care, value yourself, know that you are deserving of love, that you are lovable, and bring peace to your life as well as balance, okay? But we have this in the crossing position, so that also means the Ace of Cups is in the reverse. Some of you have really been let down in love by a person, by a circumstance. Either you've been rejected or, you have removed yourself from the dating scene because it's never given back to you, or you feel like you go unnoticed, that love has passed you by somehow. But that's not true at all. It may have been your experience up until now, but there is a new cycle upon you. You're different, you're changed, but also the end of a cycle is complete because you have the World card in the past position. So it tells me that a new era is upon you, and that where there was no opportunities for love, suddenly the universe is entering your life in order to offer you divine timing. There's always a hand of fate that enters with an Ace of Cups. So this means a new beginning, a romantic union between two people who have feelings for each other. And I kid you not, when I tried to light the candle for you for this reading, I must have tried like more than 10 times with the match that I was using. And I was like, oh, this is unusual. So either you just can't find someone who has that spark, or you feel that spark within you has been lost. You feel a little bit jaded when it comes to love because love has been unkind, or it has, ignored you, left you out in the cold in some way. But that match, I kept on going, and then suddenly it kind of snapped, it broke, and that was a change. Okay, and I feel some of you have gone through some sort of monumental change or monumental mindset change where you're like, okay, now I'm different. And I feel this has kind of set you free. And the hand of fate is going to intervene in your circumstances to offer you a new love that is peaceful, that is kind, but you had to learn about your own sense of value, loving yourself, and recognize what you deserve in a relationship. Because there is a new relationship, a fresh new start upon you very soon there. Your heart is going to be opening up to this, and we've got the Lovers card, and it's on the earthly plane position. So this indicates right now you're looking at your choices, whether these are your past choices in love and how you're deciding not to go for your usual type, or whether this is that you're looking at your options, and because the Four of Pentacles is there, you're like, okay, the options are pretty slim right now, or it's really challenging. There's a deficiency or a lack of anyone giving that spark or, interesting you at any point, but that's all about to change, because the Lovers card indicates a high level commitment, a soulmate that you will meet, and it's the earthly plane position. So it's going to materialize. It means it's going to happen in real time in your life, and you're not giving up on love there. It says choices, union, and love. So a lot of you are searching for love, but I feel more than anything, you're changing your energy. It's like you're not searching anymore. Something within you has changed. You're allowing love to find you, and that is the change. However, you're still taking action to put yourself in positions to meet new people, whether it is engaging online in chat forums or doing online dating, whether it is speed dating in real time, or whether it is joining group activities or attending events where it puts you in a position to meet new people. I feel like you are being a little bit more bold, daring, and more spontaneous to book events or things that bring you pleasure. And I feel through those circumstances, you're going to meet the one, okay? Now, for some of you, not all of you, but if you're in a job or you're about to take a new position somewhere, I feel like there is also a strong potential that you could meet someone romantic in that arena. A lot of you are like, no, I don't want to meet someone romantic or have a relationship with someone I work with. However, I feel like they're on a different level to you, and I mean in the building, not on a different level like vibrationally. So I feel like it kind of works because you don't see each other all the time. They could even be connected to your industry and not work exactly where you're at. But if you're not in a career right now, or you're retired, or you're not wanting to involve yourself with someone in your working environment, I just feel like they understand what it is that you do, and they vibe at the same frequency as you, and it's a match. This indicates that you're about to meet a person. However, I feel like you actually have options. You've got the Seven of Cups here, and you've got the Lovers card, which means there's going to be more than one choice. Now, Five of Cups tells me that you let someone down, or there is a person that you feel, maybe this is something, but then suddenly you realize actually it's not. Then it's the one after, okay? So I just feel like there is a duality here, and you let someone down, or you recognize quite quickly before you get too involved with a person that actually you don't see a future with this person, and you kind of exit the relationship and you walk into a new relationship. The universe is like, nope, that one's not for you, but this one is. I feel you're being guided to the person you're meant to be with, okay? Now, in the past position, you've got the World card, end of a cycle. Some of you may have relocated as well. Feels like an end of an era. And I feel a lot of you, if you haven't relocated, a lot of you may have been traversing a lot of transition in your life. Friendships evolving, changing, shifting, feeling a divide or feeling a distance between people. Maybe even environments. Maybe you're not going to the same environments as you used to, or you don't like the vibe that's there anymore. Something has changed within you and it's shifting. A lot of you are noticing this change within you. It's because you are about to embark on a new path. There's a brand new you here, and it's all part of the process. But I feel a lot of you have been getting closure regarding either a past relationship or even past experiences in love. If you've been in unrequited love, for example, where you've had a crush on someone and it's not been reciprocated, a lot of you may have been processing these feelings and re-empowering yourself. If you've been bullied when you were younger, I feel like if your confidence has been knocked, you are learning to be more confident within yourself. You're getting a lot of closure in a lot of personal circumstances in order to set yourself free. And I feel that you're going to be in the right place at the right time, at the right moment to meet the person that you're meant to be with, because you're being guided there. Now, some of you may have booked travel, okay? And if you have booked travel, there is an indication that some of you may meet a person traveling, okay? But that's not going to be typical for all of you. I want you to be aware of that. Also, if some of you have children and you may have been worried about factoring, your dating life with managing your day-to-day responsibilities of being a parent, I feel like you will find the balance in that. And the person you're about to meet, of course, will accept you in the journey that you've had, and they're going to love all of you. Okay, so if you're worried about any aspect of dating and a past situation, I feel like the new person, there's no judgment. You know, they love you as you are, as you come. And also, if you have children, they also love your children as well. And of course, you're not going to rush into anything. But I feel, you know, there is a slow process. I mean, it feels very much like you and this person kind of are surprised that suddenly you're having feelings for each other you didn't expect to be in this position. However, I feel it's a wonderful, organic, explorative, passionate, intense, loving, thoughtful relationship that has a nice pace to it. So you're not going to rush into it. And of course, not all of you have children. I'm just highlighting that burst of energy that came out. Some of you may be worried about whether a person will kind of like be romantically interested. So you may have had experiences in the past. If you've been on a date with a person and suddenly told them that you have a child or children, you may have experienced them kind of checking out. And that was their immaturity, their fears around love and family. Because I feel some of you with that Seven of Cups there, you've met a lot of people who were inconsistent, who were a little bit wishy-washy, didn't know what they wanted. They were out of rhythm with you. They were indecisive. And that was your measure from the universe to help you recognize who is for you and who is not for you, okay? So that was you going through experiences to say, no, this person doesn't align. It's not an alignment here. So you need to take back the power and walk away. And I feel like you've learned that. You're not about to waste your time in any of those circumstances. You're about to meet a person right now who is the one, and you are the one. You come together, you complement each other's life, and they are worthy of your love, and you blend your energies together, and it works in harmony, okay? So whether you have children or not, I feel like whoever you're about to meet, they complement your life, okay? Now, this is the potential. We have the Strength card. You are one tough cookie. You've been through a lot. This means you're not giving up on love, but you may be quietening the inner critic and learning to manage intrusive thoughts at this time. You've been in a pause on purpose to activate self-care, to learn more about yourself, to love yourself more fully, to really give back and invest in yourself. You're an overgiver. You tend to forget about yourself or neglect your own needs whilst being super kind and loving with unconditional love to other people in your life. And although you're not going to stop being kind and there for people offering support, you're not going to forget about yourself, okay? It says here, courage, inner strength, and conviction. So having the courage of your heart to go out and do something bold, daring, and different is going to put you in a position to meet this new person. But also, I feel like you're meeting a person who has the courage to be emotionally available, to really let you in and not waste your time, okay? In the near future, we have the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is an energy of pressure, stress. I feel a lot of you are under a lot of pressure. You're trying to hold it all together. You're doing life. And I feel like there is this energy where it's almost like you meet a person who you're kind of like a little bit interested in this person, but it's only like a little bit. You're drawn to this person, but they kind of push your buttons a little bit. And they kind of like reaction. They're a little bit dramatic. There's a lot of drama around this person. And I feel quite quickly you realize this person's not for you. Okay, so I do feel that there is some sort of minor flirtation or minor interest in a person where they challenge you, but not quite in the right way because there's a little bit of conflict. Okay, so, I mean, for some of you, because I do feel there is competition here for your affection, rivalry, and I'm seeing the binoculars again in the water, so this tells me that this could be someone you actually already know or already has their eyes on you. So it could be someone that you're kind of like wondering about as well. Maybe you got a crush on somebody. I mean, looking at the energy with the Death card to start, I'm not really picking up on a crush. But I'm just highlighting that if you are kind of interested in the near future with someone and they're just rubbing you up the wrong way, or it just feels like it's a challenge, this person, these are the signposts from the universe to highlight this person's kind of slightly misaligned there, okay? And I would say this is connected to your Five of Cups where you let someone down. And it's like you don't want to regret wasting your time. You want to make sure that, you know, you're really honest with yourself and say, actually, this person, they're wonderful, but they just don't get me, or they just are not interested in the same things I am, or they're just not looking at this relationship in the same way I am. So you're acknowledging that from a very mature point of view, where you're like, I gotta let this one go, okay? But also, I feel some of you, this could be a training card. So you could be doing some training down the gym, or you could be being a little bit more active, or, you know, challenging yourself to come out of your comfort zone. For some of you, you could be doing like charitable work as well. That's coming through here with this card. But more than anything, I feel like the next 6 weeks for you, it's like you've got a lot on and you're trying to compete with all your projects and responsibilities in order to create space and time for dating or going to events. So I'm also picking up on something that could be relevant, a clash in your diary. 2 events clashing. One, it's very spontaneous, it comes in last minute. Feel it's something you're really interested in and it's a challenge to get to. You may be able to do both, but you may have to choose. I feel it'll be a stretch to do both, but most of you are going to choose one that you want to go to. And it feels very much like you do the one spontaneously that other people don't expect of you. It just feels like perhaps there's a duty-bound one and you're like, oh, but I always go there, I always do that, or it's going to be the same as usual. It just feels like you're like, no, I want to do the new, exciting, bold, and daring one. So you may surprise a lot of people by doing something totally different. It just feels like there's a clash of interest or a clash in your diary in the next 6 weeks, because something pops up very spontaneous. And this could be a measure where you meet this person. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, yes. This is your advice to yourself in this moment. You've been focused on your responsibilities, your family, your soul tribe, your home life, okay? You've been focusing on your stability, your money, because of course the world is very challenging right now, and you're trying to, you know, go through a period where you set yourself up to feel free so that you can explore your dating options. I mean, this also tells me you want stability, you want to settle down, you want to meet a person that offers a traditional type of relationship, something that's not dull and boring, but something that you feel you're with a loyal mate, a companion, someone who invests in a relationship for the long term. And I feel that some of you, there is this energy of like, yeah, responsibility, duty. So you've been duty bound, and that's no bad thing, of course. It's important to have duties and be loyal to the people that you really care about, people who are there for you as well. But I feel like you're going to find a way to encompass something a little bit more spontaneous over the next coming weeks and months. And for some of you, there could even be like a family event where someone spontaneously brings a friend or brings someone that you don't know. And it could be that actually this is where you meet the person. So I'm not really sure. I'm not being given a specific energy. However, I do feel that you're not too far away from meeting the one. Circumstances outside of yourself, you've got the 5 of Cups. We win sometimes, we lose sometimes we get rejected in life. Always see a rejection as a silver lining. It is a protection and a redirection towards something that is better for you, more aligned for you, or is going to bring you better rewards. So I feel this card is an indication that where there has been a shortage or a difficulty in finding love, suddenly it's like buses. You're going to have options, and I feel like you're going to let someone down. Okay, for some of you, because we got the World card there and we've got the Judgment card in the Resistance position, we do have a Mercury retrograde coming on up, and this can indicate someone from your past wanting another opportunity to enter your life or to try and win you back. They want to reconcile, but the 5 of Cups tells me you let this person down. You're so fed up with their cycle repeat, you getting closure is enough for you to let this person go. It's been a challenge, it's been tempting sometimes, but you're constantly disappointed by this person's lack of investment in the relationship and the difficulties and challenges it poses, and you just feel like you're taking 2 steps forward, 4 steps back with this relationship and going nowhere fast. So I feel like you're trying to set yourself free, okay? But it does say here, loss, grief, and disappointment. A lot of you are feeling that lament, that you feel like love has passed you by, or people do not see you, they overlook you in some way, but the right person is going to spot you and they are never going to let you go. They want to be with you, and it is love. You feel the same way about each other because you've got the Lover's card there, and you've also got that Ace of Cups. So whilst there is going to be options, I feel for some of you the options are your ex or a new person. And also for those of you who do not have an ex, there could be someone who kind of like knows you. And I feel like, I'm going to pull a quick card on this. Someone who knows you, who, because the energy is still there, even though my guides gave me right at the beginning the Ace of Cups and the Four of Pentacles and asked me to use those cards as part of the Celtic Cross. They were kind of highlighting, no, it's a new person you end up with. But I just got this hunch, this energy, intuitive leaning that there's someone who perhaps keeps an eye on you from time to time. Seven of Pentacles, well, whoever it is, they're hard work. Okay, so this could be an ex for some of you. I'm just going to go one more. They're always at a crossroads. They're always going through something. So it could be a friend, could be someone that you've kind of friend zoned, and they're always like on the precipice of telling you. This person cares about you a lot. Yeah, the Hangman, it's like, hold. Nothing, it doesn't go anywhere. So either this person, like, they have feelings, but they're always like just about to tell you and then no. I feel like you're not going to probably hear this person's emotions or hear that they, truly have a lot of feelings for you. Hangman is like, they're on pause. This could be someone who's just come out of a relationship as well. But they have thought about you in a romantic way. They've thought about a vision of a future. But I actually feel like you are not really interested in that person. Looking at all the energy, you're like, I want to be free. I want new. So I feel like you're about to experience new. Now, this is the hope and a fear position. We've got the Magician. Okay. Now, the Magician, of course, can be an indication that you want someone who brings the magic, who's got the spark, because you're so fed up of always being that person who's always bringing the magic. You want someone who meets you there so you can be magical together. Someone who is confident within themselves. Confidence is an aphrodisiac. You need someone who, complements your life, someone who aligns with your belief system. It's okay to disagree sometimes, because it brings you together, keeps you stronger, and life would be boring and dull if everyone believed the same thing, of course. So you need someone who does challenge you, body, mind, and soul, in order to evolve. And I feel like you're meeting the right person to do that. But also I feel like the fear is to meet someone who tries to control you, or someone who invests right at the beginning, and there's a spark and it feels like it's going somewhere, and suddenly they disappear, like, Magician. Poof, gone. So you would hate to be ghosted and feel bereft in that, you don't want to invest or open yourself up to someone where there's trickery, or, you want someone who, what you see is what you get. You need to know that someone is going to stick around. And you want someone who ticks all the boxes, which I feel like you're going to meet a person who does tick all the boxes there for you. But it says here, willpower, creation, and mastery. And also, I feel like you want someone who's emotionally available, someone who's open, and also looking in the same direction as you practically when it comes to a relationship. Because two people, they can fall in love. They can love each other to the ends of the earth. But if they don't want the same things in a relationship for the future, then there is a misalignment there. So, you can't meet a person and think, oh, they don't want what I want in the future. Maybe they'll change their mind, because that's setting yourself up for a fall. And, if a person is telling you what they want, of course, people can change their minds all the time. But if they're telling you in this moment what they want, believe them. If their actions are telling you something different to what you are being told, believe their actions, because actions speak louder than words, always. So this new person who comes in, they are coming to you with action and words, and they align. A lot of romance, a lot of passion, and a lot of adventure. But this is your outcome energy. We got the Tower. So I feel this is like suddenly there's love. Suddenly there is, you being spontaneous, a sudden event cropping up. You know, this card indicates coming out of your comfort zone or, you know, releasing yourself from a structure. Now, this is not going to resonate with all of you, this part. It's only if you've been experiencing this, but some of you, not all of you, with the Magician and the Five of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, some of you may have been going through a bereavement. Now, this doesn't have to be with a romantic partner. It can be with someone who's very close to you, bereavement in the family or a friend, and you've been lost in all of that emotion, and it really shook your foundations to the core, gave you a bit of a wake-up call about your life, about love, about everything, so it spurred you into action. However, it's important to recognize you need to process your emotions, because you know you're creating space for healthy love to come on in, and any type of emotional baggage will put a certain filter on how you deal with a relationship. Okay, so that's coming through there. Firstly, again, I'm sending you a huge hug and so much love. If you've been going through a bereavement, a lot of you, that Ten of Pentacles, you may be going through probate right now, or inheritance and estate and all of those things, and you may be just feeling really numb, really practical, because that Four of Pentacles can be an energy of like, I got stuff to do, I have to be practical, I need to hold it all together, you know, I'm doing stuff that can influence my future, and I just need to focus on that at this time. But suddenly, out of the blue, love is going to come into your path, and it will be unexpected. And at first, you may not know how you feel about this. Seven of Cups can be an energy of like not knowing whether you want to, you know, allow a relationship in right now, or whether you want long-term commitment. You may question because you're in an emotional phase where, you know, emotions are very changeable based on your personal experiences. And if some of you are grieving a partner, sorry, I'll just let that very loud industrial truck go by. I mean, I kid you not, right? It's super quiet here most of the time, but as soon as I start to do the readings, suddenly they all want to come and drive past this window. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, I hope it's not too loud. But for some of you, coming back to the energy, some of you, if you have gone through a bereavement where you are a widower, or a person that you were deeply in love with has passed over, of course that person is deep in your heart and they're on a pedestal, you know, because they were your ride or die. They were your person that you really, you know, saw your journey of life being with, and that's really hard to fathom and come to terms with. And you may be feeling very isolated and alone, and there's a lot of things going on in your mind right now. Of course you want to be happy, of course you are lovable and you want to be loved, but of course you've got a lot of conversations swirling around your head regarding, you know, moving forward in your life. You're not moving on from something, you're moving forward. You're not replacing. And I would say ask for a specific sign from someone in spirit to give you like a thumbs up, to acknowledge that they are happy for you to move forward. I'm actually seeing lots of orchids right now, and so much peace. I feel that could be your sign. You're going to see lots of orchids, and this is a sign that your person in spirit wants you to explore new options in love. They know that they will never be replaced. In fact, they're walking by your side. They're helping guide you towards a person who will love you, because you deserve to be loved. So again, with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to remove myself from that energy. Definitely see a period of rebuilding, but you're rebuilding stronger. You didn't want it to be this way, of course, but you're dealing with the circumstances that you have, and you will be surprised that love, you know, the way it shows up for you, it's almost like a sign that it's time. Okay, so again, with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to remove myself from that energy. But the Tower is basically a foundational shift. It literally says it there, upheaval, you know, foundational shift there. So a lot of you, you could be recalibrating your life or making some big lifestyle changes and choices. I feel a lot of you, as I said at the beginning, you've been going through monumental change, whether you're changing your environment or your job or your circumstances, or you're just changing the way that you feel about love. Something big has changed within you, something has ended, and it is helping you blossom, helping you be more playful. And this relationship that's coming on in is very playful, and this person certainly has the key to your heart. We have the Seven of Cups. You know, it says here, searching for purpose, choices, and daydreaming. Thoughts become things. And I feel there is this energy that perhaps you're not searching for the one when you meet this person. You're searching for purpose, or you're connecting to your purpose, your life philosophy. And I feel this is you acknowledging that there will be options. It's like suddenly there's more than one person interested in you, but there's only one person who captures your heart. And I do feel that you let someone down gently, okay? And you choose one over the other. That's coming out strongly. We got a Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles means someone who's worthy of your love, someone who invests in a relationship from the very beginning. Pages are new people coming into your life. This person could be a little bit younger than you. Please don't let that put you off. This person is going to be mature enough to know what they want. This person is realistic. This person, they really make an effort. This person is someone who is careful with your heart, and they have been saving themselves for the one. They've been waiting for a person who ticks all the boxes as well. But this is an opportunity to grow together. So I would say where there has been uncertainty regarding love, suddenly you meet a person where it feels more sure, more certain. I mean, this person is very faithful. This person is honest, and they're determined to show you with action that they are invested in a relationship. And I feel both of you, as I said, it's like planting new roots together. And you really allow this person in. And it may surprise you that this person, they get in real quick. And it's not because they're tricking you. It's not because, you know, that they're trying to fast pace the relationship. It's organic. It just feels natural. It feels like you can confide in this person without any judgment, and that they just get you. And they want to understand you. They want to know you. They want to go a little bit deeper. It's refreshing to meet someone who's not inconsistent, who doesn't know what they want. I feel actually, because you're Seven of Cups, it's like the first person you meet, you feel unsure about committing to this person, or you feel that they are not serious about love, because we've got that Five of Wands, okay? And I feel like you make the right decision. You choose the right person, the person who is your soulmate. You just know. When you know, you know. So when you meet this person, you'll know, okay? I'm just going to go and get a trinket or room before we close. Okay, so we have an Ankh, okay? Now, this is about tradition. It's often on the images of Hierophant cards as well, or sometimes on the High Priestess, not in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, but often you'll see the Ankh as well on like an Emperor as well there. But this basically means someone who's serious about a relationship, someone who may share your belief system as well, someone who wants to get to know you, someone that you have a soul contract with, someone who is destined to be with you. This could also be a sign or a symbol that you will see right before you meet this person. If you like tattoos, this person could even have a tattoo of this, or you may have, and there's going to be a conversation around it. But I feel this is an energy of knowingness. To know that it's time to come out of your comfort zone, know that you should go to a spontaneous event, know that you should break out of a comfort zone, and know that you've met the right one. Trust your intuition, because when you meet this person, you will literally know. No one else compares to you, and no one else compares to this person either. So it's love, okay? And there is reciprocity, balance, and harmony in this romantic connection. You make the right choice. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Virgo. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. And again, I apologize for the huge amount of traffic that just drove on by and shook the building. Hopefully it wasn't too loud and didn't destroy your listening experience. But thank you so much, and love and light.